It feels magical, unpredictable, sometimes beautiful, sometimes painful. But what if I told you, love is not just poetry and emotion. It's psychology, chemistry, patterns inside your brain. Today, we're uncovering 14 amazing psychological facts about love, the shocking realities no one talks about. Let's begin. When you fall in love, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical linked to addiction. That's why love feels intense, obsessive, all-consuming. You're not crazy. Your brain is chemically high. Love isn't just emotionally, it's neurological. Research shows people decide if they're attracted to someone within the first few seconds, before words, before logic. Your brain scans posture, voice tone, facial symmetry. Sometimes, you just feel it. That feeling, it's rapid subconscious evaluation. Here's the shocking part. You're often attracted to people who remind you of your childhood environment, not always consciously. If love felt unpredictable growing up, you may find calm relationships boring. Your brain confuses familiar with safe, even when it's not healthy. Two strangers maintaining eye contact for just a few minutes can increase feelings of closeness. Eye contact activates emotional bonding. It creates vulnerability, and vulnerability creates intimacy. Butterflies, racing heart, sweaty palms. Your body reacts to love and fear in very similar ways. The difference, your interpretation. Sometimes you're not in love. You're just emotionally activated. Holding hands, hugging, gentle touch. These actions release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It lowers stress, reduces anxiety, builds trust. Love isn't only spoken, it's physically felt. This one hurts. Psychology shows people value what feels earned. When you overgive, overchase, oversacrifice, you unintentionally reduce perceived value. Love needs balance. Self-respect is attractive. Desperation is not. No relationship is conflict-free. But it's not about avoiding arguments, it's about how you argue. Healthy couples attack problems, not each other. Respect during disagreement predicts long-term stability. Sometimes, sitting together in silence feels deeper than conversation. That's emotional security. When you don't need constant validation to feel connected, silence becomes comfort, not distance. Surprisingly, distance can increase emotional intensity. When physical access is limited, communication becomes deeper. People idealize each other more. Absence doesn't always weaken love. Sometimes it intensifies it. Breakups activate the same brain regions as physical pain. That's why heartbreak feels unbearable. You're not being dramatic. Your brain processes rejection like injury. Time heals because neural pathways slowly reset. Shared hobbies are fun, but shared values create longevity. Beliefs about money, family, ambition, loyalty. When values align, conflict decreases, chemistry attracts, compatibility sustains. Jealousy isn't always control. It's fear of loss, fear of not being enough, fear of abandonment. Understanding the fear behind jealousy creates empathy instead of conflict. The most shocking reality? The relationship you have with yourself determines the relationship you accept. If you believe you deserve chaos, you tolerate chaos. If you believe you deserve respect, you demand respect. You teach others how to love you by how you love yourself. Love is not random, it's psychological. Wiring, emotional conditioning, biological chemistry. It can feel magical, but it follows patterns. When you understand that attraction has subconscious roots, chemistry is biological. Familiarity shapes Desire, self-respect affects value. Values determine longevity. Heartbreak is neurological. And self-love sets the standard. You stop romanticizing blindly. You start loving consciously. Love becomes less confusing, less chaotic, less painful, and more intentional. Because the shocking truth about love is this: it's not just about finding the right person, it's about becoming emotionally aware enough to recognize what's healthy. And when you understand love psychologically, you don't just fall into it, you grow into it.